Dolly, Hank Williams Jr., and Charlie Daniels, they're all household names.
But another name you may not recognize handles publicity for those major stars. Tonight, 4 people have told News 4 that publicist Kurt Webster sexually assaulted them, while 3 others say during a work setting, he asked them to watch pornography with him. Webster is denying the first accusations, but has not responded to the claims about pornography. News 4's Liz Loheis is here with details you won't hear anywhere else. Liz?
Yes, Demetria and Tom, since we first broke this story on the News 4 app this afternoon, we've gotten several calls from former employees of Webster's who claim he acted inappropriately toward them as well. Now, Austin Rick, whose stage name was Austin Cody, claims Webster forced him to have oral sex, groped, and drugged him. With the help of big-time publicist Kurt Webster, Austin Rick believed he could make a name for himself in the music business. Rick says in 2008, Webster got him great gigs and sponsorships.
There would be hardcore pornography on the TV, and he would say, "Come over here next to me and sit on my lap, little guy, and watch this with me. Isn't this hot?"
Tonight, we talked to former employees of Webster who say they too were asked to watch pornography with him. For Rick, that's how he said it started. He claims over the course of a year, things got progressively worse. He says Webster often invited him and others into his hot tub.
Kurt is reaching under my bathing suit leg to my genitals and like massaging my genitals, all while smiling at me and winking at me. Like it's a romantic connection in his head or something.
Rick says the worst incident was the last. He claims at a holiday party, after having 2 drinks, he blacked out. Rick says he remembers waking up in Webster's bed to Webster kissing his lips and neck.
It was like a fantasy that he was living out at my expense.
A former employee told us tonight he believes he was drugged by Webster. He claims he blacked out after having 1 drink with Webster at CMA Fest in 2010. And had no choice but to stay over at his house. Webster is denying allegations made by Rick today. A statement says, as a single adult, Mr. Webster has had multiple relationships over the course of his professional life, all of which have been consensual. This includes a brief relationship with Mr. Rick. It saddens Mr. Webster that 9 years later, after Mr. Rick's music career has been stagnant, Mr. Rick has taken the opportunistic approach of mischaracterizing that relationship and posting untrue allegations. Rick says Webster has tried keeping contact with him. He sent us these text messages from an exchange he says he had with Webster this past summer. Rick said he texted Webster that he ruined part of his life. Webster apparently responded, "Sorry you feel that way." Now, a friend of Rick set up a GoFundMe page. Rick says the money raised will go toward any legal expenses if Webster tries to take him to court. Demetria?
Liz, thank you.